I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy.
Welcome
Had to work
all.
hard, struggle
This
just
is
to
the
be
Australian
me.
Indie Wrestling
Had to rise
Pod,
up
fellow
just to
wrestlers, trainees, event support staff, friends, foes, and everyone in between. If you have a topic, if you have something to say about the WWE Takeover weekend, like the 40 people on our page did this week, reach out to the Don or myself. The Don, how are you, my friend? How was your weekend?
I'm good. Yeah, weekend was mainly uneventful. Just was working and getting ready for this massive week, I should say, coming up of local and international wrestling in October. So it's quiet weekend. My Wildcats had a win, which was great. After their loss last week, we're still finding our feet, but we did all right.
Yeah, nice. Well, Don, I must one up you. As you can see, with my Snoop Dogg hat, I did make it to the AFL Grand Final. I was lucky enough to get a pass off my cameraman friend, who gives me a couple of insights to the WWE things you've seen on the pages before from last year and stuff like that, the Elimination Chamber. So I got a few passes to the Grand Final from my friend, and so many thanks. Snoop Dogg hat, I didn't get the Snoop Dogg jersey, bit out of my price range, and I probably only wear that twice a year to certain functions that I don't wish to name on this podcast. But Don, your weekend sounds just as amazing as mine. I was at the AFL Grand Final. I got to see Snoop Dogg do his thing.
Yours was probably a little cooler than mine, but I didn't watch the AFL Grand Final.
A little bit cool. I didn't get to see Snoop Dogg, but I did see people getting basically faux pas by the impersonator Snoop. Did you see him rolling around Richmond during the week? And just people lining up like, hey man, I'm with Snoop Dogg. No, you're not. Because I even messaged you and said, hey, Snoop Dogg's rolling around Richmond. What the fuck? And your opponent of the night, Dave, also made a bit of a thing about it on saying, Snoop Dogg's in Richmond. I'm like, oh, that'd be right. And then I found out he was his impersonator, so I wasn't that let down. I did see him at the AFL Grand Final, drinking that gin and juice. And a few people.
I've watched the. I didn't watch the grand final like I was saying, but I did watch the Snoop performance, and it was really cool. He had a few Australian acts up there with him, and really pumping it up, and fire and fireworks.
Yeah, Baker Boy and Jessica Malboy were there with him, so that was cool to see them represented as well. And Jessica Malboy, I rate. She's always got a bang-on singing voice and stuff like that. Don't let like she was off one of those television programs put you off. She is a genuine singer, like legit. She got talent. So and Baker Boy's Baker Boy. So not much stuff. But, I more enjoy the Snoop Dogg, but I don't think the older crowd got into it, equating him to Meatloaf and stuff like that. So just I mean, they're not.
It's great, but they're trying to reach an audience. They've already got the boomers locked in with the AFL. But they're trying to attract a younger and more global audience. Even though, Snoop himself is probably closer to a boomer than anything else. But, it's still great. It can bring international eyes on the AFL and make it a bit bigger. If people like Snoop maybe have never watched AFL, and Snoop himself was talking about how much he, enjoys watching the AFL. So, international eyes for an Australian homegrown made product.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what it's all about. They try to make it look a bit American with the stage. I didn't dig the Telstra stage. I let my mate know straight away that his staging sucks. I was like, Telstra stage, what the fuck was that? And he's like, nah, man, it does stuff during his performance. And I was like, all right, hope it does. Wrestlers aren't the only one that get the old scar treatment around here. So... Well, moving on, that brings us to WWE Takeover weekend. And Don, you're going to start off with these photo ops that have been going around.
Well, yeah, so there's all these photo ops, but one of the cool things that they're bringing back, like they had last year for Elimination Chamber. So just for this episode, I brought out the Elimination Chamber shirt, which I got at the pop-up store, which they're bringing back this year. And it's really cool because it starts the whole thing off with a bit of excitement, people lining up and going and getting some merch they might not necessarily always be able to get. Sure, you can go online, but apparently they're bringing out some very specific, very special edition merch.
Oh, there's always exclusive merch. Do you remember the exclusive Elimination Perth belt that wrapped around your wrist? That's quite sought after.
Yeah, and the pins and stuff like that is,
Yep.
very, very cool. But yeah, no, so I'm keen on getting a John Cena one last time tour shirt, and see what else is there. Last year they had some really cool Stone Cold leather vests, which I almost bought, but they were just a little out of my price range.
Oh yeah, you did almost buy it. I've got the footage, so we'll insert that here.
Yep.
I tell you, I'm looking forward to getting, as Shane Hayes calls it, a rowdy towel, but a John Cena towel. So I've also heard them referred to as burger towels. That's a different podcast.
Just think about the sweat, when you're getting a bit.
Yeah, but
flustered.
Don, as you said, an amazing experience the first time the pop-up show came around, but they're saying bigger and better this time. Well, they've put the TKO money gun to Rhea Ripley's head and said, make sure you say bigger and better to get all those neckbeards down there. And she said, yes, sir, pay me.
Yes, sir, yeah.
And,
but yeah, no, it's cool because last year they had, if you were there at the right time or you arrived and they had the
meet and
photo
greets.
ops, you could meet and greets, and it was sort of, they did release times and stuff. So if you were there at the right time, you could meet a few superstars, but it was kind of, you were locked into wherever you were in the line. If you made it up there at the right time, you might get a photo op. This year, however, like I say, they're releasing times, and you can purchase tickets to the photo ops. And the prices were quite interesting.
The prices were all over the shop.
Didn't look at every single one, but I did notice probably the top end price for a photo op was Australia's own Rhea Ripley. And I imagine they bumped that price up. It's $223. They bumped that price up after all of the bullshit that happened in Paris with the people
Paris
sort of
fiasco.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's cool to see Rhea Ripley at the top echelon of it all. And
well, I mean, she's got those two bodyguards now. She's got Buddy Murphy in tow. And she's got the Pariah hanging around, so you have to get through all 5 of those. But she also has to keep all 5 of those fellas fed. And I tell you what, Buddy Murphy and the Pariah would be hard food bill to keep up with.
Yeah. I imagine their calories are way up there, getting jacked and all that sort of stuff. But then, obviously, looking through a few of the other prices as well. Yeah, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are sort of in the top end as well for $190 for the photo op. Surprising to me was Tiffany Stratton at $150.
A bit of a bargain for the neckbeards.
Yeah, definitely a bargain. I would have thought she'd have been priced a little higher for her popularity, because just kicking goals at the moment is Tiffany Stratton. And then if you want to get like a bit of a bargain, Bailey's on there for $126, so well worth it.
I reckon they could have dragged another I reckon they could have get another $25 out of people with Tiffany Stratton and maybe even Rhea Ripley. I reckon there's $250 in there as well. I reckon people would be paying that.
Could be, but then some of the other prices. Well, if you want to get a sweet little 2-for-1 deal, the New Day $97 and DIY $85. So you get photo with 2 people for the price of 1 at a very discounted rate. But the deal of the show would have to be R-Truth at $78.
Now you see R-Truth, he makes $78, but Tommaso and who's the other fella? Guy Smiley.
Mr. Wrestling, yep. Why can't I think his name?
Yeah, anyway.
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano, they make $45 each. If that, once plus, once TKO's taken the percentage, so they probably get about $20. So you may want to take a couple of photos with DIY and New Day just so they can go out and eat at Sizzlers or Tony Roma's that night.
That's it, yeah. And then if you want to get a photo with our Australian boys, Grayson Waller and Bronson Reed, they come in at a nice, easy $80. So that's
that is a bargain. I tell you what, I'd be having a word if I was Grayson and Bronson. I'd be getting together. I'd be saying, hey man, let's go and see these TKO clowns because Rhea's over here getting $225. We're over here getting what, 80 each?
$80, yeah. Same sort of price for Bron Breakker. But
I tell you what, they're expecting a sort of crowd, a certain demographic to turn up to these photo ops, aren't they? Just by the prices.
So. Yeah, just for fleecing them. And then another bargain, Nakamura for $97, and then LA Knights rocking in at $127, which I reckon you could probably charge a bit more for LA Knights.
I reckon there's another $25 in that as well. I reckon LA Knights at least $150. Wow. So TKO, if you're watching this, gouge us a little bit more for the fellas. Watch out.
Oh shit! But yeah, so it's really cool. Go out and find it online. We'll chuck a link up in the description or on the page right now if you want to go check out some of those photo ops while they're still available.
Well, the link is up. People just don't go from post to post. I posted the link up as a separate post, so you can go now and find that link very easily. But I will post it up in this YouTube video and on the Facebook page again, just in case a few neckbeards are like, hey, I actually would like to get a picture. It is tippy time, you know?
That's it, yeah.
It's tippy time!
And look, and as a bit of an advisory for anyone, like we've actually had some people hit it up in the comments as well, is when you're doing these things, just behave yourself. You know, be polite, be courteous. These people are going to they've got to do the photo ops, and then they've got to go wrestle, and then they've got to go
media,
do a whole bunch of things.
A whole bunch of engagements, breakfasts, dinners, lunches. There's a whole raft of stuff going on with those sports packages. So they've got to go to all that, plus be nice to you when you smell like a fucking cheese board.
Well, I wasn't going to go straight into the hygiene yet. I was just going to say more to the fact of like you pay for their time, but you don't own them. You're just there for the quick photo. Say hello. Tell them your favorite match. Ask them how they're doing, if they like Australia or not.
Well, thanks for coming to Australia. It's a 26-hour flight, you know, like.
Yeah, 100%.
Always thank them for coming to Australia.
Yeah, don't be a dick. And yeah, so then
we're leaning a little bit more. That also goes for the people in your area next 3 days.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, you're about to be in a enclosed space with the same people for 3 days. If you bought the triple ticket, which if you did, I imagine they're all focused in the same sort of areas.
Yeah.
So be cool, be kind, be courteous. Enjoy the show. Don't ruin it for other people. Don't make an ass of yourself. Enjoy it. Make some signs.
If you're a member of an Australian sporting team, you'll know what we're talking about. When you go to the games, it's all the same people sitting in the same areas. It's going to be like that. So don't rock up smelling like a cheese board. Put on your deodorant, brush your teeth and all that stuff.
You get in that goddamn shower, hit the bar of soap, put a little water on it, and rub it all underneath your armpits, around your balls, and your fucking asshole, would you, you smelly prick? Here's a tube of toothpaste. What you do is you pour some of this out on a little toothbrush and you scrub them fucking gimmicks in your mouth. They're called teeth. Get all that yellow shit off of them. Your breath don't smell like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Deodorant. It's a miracle worker. You put it under your fucking armpits. You get me? You fucking Viking? Last but not least, your old trusty hairbrush. This thing does a goddamn wonders if you got some fucking hair. I ain't got no fucking hair. Comb that fucking shit you call a wig. You understand me?
And teach you all about the hygiene practices. Another thing as well.
If you're not going to listen to Stone Cold, who are you going to listen to?
You've got no hope. Yeah.
You're
but
a lost
if you get
cause.
your seat, for people who maybe don't go to regular sporting events, you pay for a seat and you get that seat section. You don't have to. Your junk is not as big as you think it is. You don't need to spread out across the 2 seats either side of you.
Sir, you in the front row. Yes, you. Did you hear what we're talking about over here?
Yeah, it was funny.
It's not public transport.
Sit within your chair. Those armrests, they're there. Everyone, it's a share thing. You know what I mean? So basically, don't use them. Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times because it's not anyone's. It's in the middle. You don't have to hog it. You don't own it. And
you can have a slither.
Yeah, sliver. You get half.
You don't even get that these days because I had a mighty fine armchair wrestle with a guy at the Dave Chappelle show until he got up and left and found another chair. Winner! Check out these little cheeseburgers, baby.
Good shit. But so it's going to be a fantastic weekend. Enjoy yourself. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for others. Don't
ruin it for yourself because you will get kicked out if you cause a fuss. Like at these places, they're going to take. They're going to take the word of a family over a neckbeard wrestling fan any day of the week. You guys are in a lot of trouble if you rock up smelling like a cheese board and start spreading your junk around families and stuff like that. You saw what happened to the guy at the Linkin Park concert. Have you not heard about that, Don?
No, I have not heard about that.
Well, moving straight along, because I'm not going to show the footage of that. That's for damn sure. Now, So if you rock up smelling like a cheese board, just let it be known that you will be shown the door by someone, either by me, myself, my staff, or security. You will be shown the door because people aren't just going to have it these days. And please, for the love of God, please, if you are going to these photo shops, have a fucking wash your fucks.
Yes. Make sure
Jesus,
that everyone has a good time.
Talc, deodorant, like, you know, even a bit of fucking top shelf spray perfume for yourself.
Yep.
You know, really cover that fucking cheesy scent you guys have at these independent shows I go to. Hey, you motherfuckers.
Behave yourself, smell good. We're moving on now.
Moving on, thank God.
Massive weekend, the WWE. We've covered the pop-up store, we've covered the photo ops, and now we get to SmackDown. SmackDown, they haven't really released anything yet.
No.
As we're recording this, they're probably still doing Raw is probably still happening. And then we've got SmackDown at the end of this week, Raw the following week, and then they're here at the end of the week for the Friday. Nothing announced yet. However, they have released posters.
They released official posters, advertised. Tell us who was advertised on.
With there's Solo Sikoa on there, Randy Orton, Jacob Fatu, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and LA Knight.
Australia's own Nia Jax. And
the
Botchmaster herself, I do. She was in Sydney for 48 hours, but she was born in Sydney. So she is Australian, and then she was whisked off to Hawaii. So, Australia's own Nia Jax will be on the card. Solo Sikoa, current US champion, and the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu having issues. So we'll see how they play out. And, of course, Cody Rhodes, one of your faves.
Yep. No, Cody Rhodes is the man. I can't wait to sing along to his song when he comes out, and same with Randy Orton.
Well, you better know the words. None of this Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys 2 going. Like, you know we're going to see those fools in the crowd. What you going to do? Like, you know that part, but you don't know the fucking words. Learn the fucking words, Perth. Learn the fucking words. There's YouTube videos with words on it. We've been through this. Hygiene and know the words. Make a list. Make a list.
Yeah, I'm writing it down now for everyone. Then we move ourselves onto Crown Jewel.
I tell you what,
4 matches.
There 4 matches for Crown Jewel. Sorry, I was just going to say the Don will be going around giving everyone the sniff test.
No, I'll have a like one of those heat guns, but it's the stink gun. So if it registers on my gun, you're out.
I tell you what, I'll have one of those big Rick Martel aerosol cans, and if you come anywhere near me, I will be giving you the spray, the Rick Martel spray, so you don't smell bad around me.
Yeah, quality. I love it.
But here we go, Crown Jewel. Before they've announced 4 matches for Crown Jewel. Let's hear them, Don.
So Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Obviously 4 people who always put on absolute killer matches. We get them in a tag team scenario. Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY. IYO SKY's just, every match she's in is just killer. So she just does some crazy shit. So it's been great.
I think we'll see a new story born out of that between Rhea and IYO SKY. I reckon there'll be shenanigans. And then Rhea and IYO SKY will be locking horns the next night on Raw.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. You've also got obviously the match that sort of is the highlight of the show, because it's the end of it is the John Cena One Last Time tour.
Get it out, my friend.
I was struggling for a minute there, but we're here now.
It's just the emotion of it all.
We have been, I know, I'm going to tear up. We have been gifted John Cena versus AJ Styles, which is going to be an amazing match. The abilities of both those guys, AJ Styles having wrestled indies to big shows to massive shows over the years.
Actually, to tell you the truth, the same guy who gave me the grand final passes, I got passes off him to walk around the WWE when it came to Melbourne for the MCG tour. I got to go down floor level, right up the front, up on the guardrail near the commentary for AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. And that's one of the coolest things I remember from that show. I remember the Undertaker's entrance, but I remember AJ Styles backflipping off a whole host of shit. You know, just being amazed then, and I can only imagine how amazed he is right now. That's why he is the phenomenal one.
Yes, AJ Styles. No, so that'll be
So,
killer.
will be your last. It'll be your. I think it'll be your last chance to see not only AJ Styles but also John Cena wrestle in Australia. You know, with AJ Styles announcing his retirement and his retirement from WWE. I'm going to say he's going to go on and maybe do something at TNA. That's owned by TKO.
I don't think so. I think he has. The last bunch of years he's been in WWE, he's just been stacking up his chips.
I'm not saying in ring. I'm not saying in ring competition.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, he's not. Bro, he's not just going to go and Brock Lesnar it up on a farm somewhere, is he? Is that what
he's got a family? You know what I mean? Like he's not that old, but he's getting on in years. You know, maybe he's the kind of guy who's like,
he's still got that
I can.
Still got that lovely brown colour in his soccer mum hairdo.
Hey, look, man, if my hair was flowing like that, I'd stay on TV forever, but it's not. So, can't blame him if he does go either way. But my prediction is once he's done, he seems like the kind of guy who will be done. You know what I mean? Like
you'd know better than most, Don. Like, you'd be able to call it, as you say, better than most.
Also, we've got 2 more matches on Crown Jewel announced. Stephanie Stratton versus Tiffany Stratton. 2 young, up-and-coming, absolute killers in the ring, both with massive pushes behind them at the moment. It's great to see them, getting these big-time matches, one-on-one, Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Championship. I can't wait to see this one.
No, I'm looking forward to this one as well myself. Tiffany Stratton has proved how hungry she is, and Stephanie Stratton has proven how hungry she is, making a rise in such quick time through NXT. She was called up very quickly to Raw and the pay-per-views. So, they put a lot of faith behind her. So they've obviously got a lot of faith in these 2 women moving forward. I'm really interested to see what this match produces. And just quietly, with the $150 photo ops, this could be the loudest match tonight.
Yeah, that's it. People getting their money's worth on all ends of it. And then the other Crown Jewel Championship match, which I'm also super hyped to see, is Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. 2 of the best sing-along entrances in the game, and then obviously 2 of the best athletes in wrestling at the moment.
And this is for the men's Crown Jewel Championship, wrestled out of the grips of the Saudis, or I don't know how fucking hard that grip was after they got WrestleMania. They were like, what? Yeah. We got WrestleMania and I'll fucking have it.
Someone else can have it.
Yeah, we'll just handball that on to the AFL playing country. So that's what, first city to wrestle outside of Saudi Arabia. So that's got to count for something, Perth. Get excited about that.
And as you showed if you can't be excited about this, you're dead inside.
Yeah, you're dead inside. And a few people are apparently, because they're like, we're going to comment on a wrestling page and we don't even like wrestling.
Yeah, dead inside. Yeah, okay, cool, awesome. There's the tablets for that, I'm sure. There's an app for that. So that's at this point, that's all we know about Crown Jewel, which will be on the Saturday, which is going to be amazing. And then
Drew McIntyre's on the official poster and a few others. So Roman Reigns. Maybe they'll be showing up, and we'll have a few more matches on the night, or just
of course, there's definitely heaps more to be announced, but that'll all come out through SmackDown and and then Raw
the next night. I've already predicted we're going to see Rhea versus IYO SKY and a bit of a shakedown. I reckon it'll be a bit of a microphone segment shakedown to a match, maybe the main event of Raw.
They open up the show. There's a bit of a mic spot, and then the main event. Yeah, that could be cool.
This is just speculation, pure smoke and mirrors, baby.
We have no actual physical evidence that this is going to happen. But like I say, all we've got at the moment for the Raw is the poster, and on that poster we've got Seth and Becky, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, Penta, and the New Day. So I imagine we'll have to see something from those guys.
I'd say you'd also be saying AJ Lee if CM Punk's coming down. Yeah, Don, are you a big fan of CM Punk? I was going to get you one of those Larry the dog.
Tell you what, man, if you just save your money, keep that, because I don't want none of that shit. I really, honestly, they can do whatever they want with CM Punk. It doesn't interest me whatsoever.
Fair enough. So as far as the Dom's concerned, it's keep your money, Punk, and we'll keep moving on. So it's a good lineup for both shows, and the crown jewel, the matches are out. I think they're good matches, compared to what we usually get.
Yeah.
I think this is a real pay-per-view. I'm not saying that like last year's wasn't, but there was like 52 minutes, 48 minutes of actual wrestling. And the rest of the 3 hours was WA tourism commercials.
Yeah, just about.
If you remember.
Pretty much. I'm just hyped. I've never. I know there's some people who have been overseas and done it, but I've never been to a SmackDown taping or a Raw taping. Like I said, I've been to one pay-per-view in Perth, Elimination Chamber. So now we get the whole spectrum. I'm just hyped, man. Like it's once in a lifetime for me anyway, sort of opportunity where I don't have to fly around the world to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say you and I don't travel, but that's clearly not the case, Don, as you whisked off away again from us this week. Don't go into that, but do go into the wrap around the weekend, and let's get the hell out of here.
That's it. So wrap around the country for this week, provided by our friends at the Australian Wrestling Community and our good friend Michael
Thank you, Michael
Lee.
Lee. Go check out Michael Lee in Perth. He's very happy that everyone's coming over to his neck of the woods instead of him having to go to every other neck of the woods in the country.
That's it, yes. A great champion human being. So, wrap around the country for this week. New South Wales, we're in Integrity Sports Entertainment presents Enter the Dragon, Friday, the October the 3rd, and Pro Wrestling Australia at the Mounties number 9, Saturday, October 4th. Then we're moving up to Queensland, Nightfall Wrestling Alliance, High Stakes on Saturday, October 4th. Pro Wrestling Australia is doing all kinds of stuff at the moment. Viral Food Festival on the Gold Coast, Friday, October 3rd, Saturday, October 4th, and Sunday, October 5th. South Australia is got Pro Wrestling South Australia's Drums of War on the October the 4th. In Victoria, we will see Peak Pro Wrestling, Peak Fighter, Friday, October 3rd. Peak is back.
Oh, I'm back for that.
Now have a new venue. It's going to be great. Professional Championship Wrestling present Injustice on the 4th of October, and Adrenaline Pro Wrestling has Breakout 61 Friday, October 3rd.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll be going to Peak this Friday to, of course, manage Gore at Peak, and maybe we'll find out maybe who dobbed them into the local council. But I'll tell you what, Don, when I get to Perth, I'll be snapping that pen in half as you click it incessantly through the wrap around the weekend.
Keep the hands busy. But
yeah,
anyway,
that's right. If you're still with us, let's get us out of here, Don.
Cool. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Like and subscribe to keep up with what's happening next and catch the next video when it pops up. If you can, do as much as you can. If you want to, go and see some local wrestling. I'm just giving you everything happening across the country. Go. Your ticket helps to pump up the show itself. They can invest in better stuff. They can invest in more people. They can invest in their wrestlers. If you want to support your favorite wrestler or a specific wrestler, make sure you go to the merch desk, buy a t-shirt, buy an 8x10, buy a hat, whatever they're selling. That money goes directly to them so that they can continue their wrestling journey.
Just quickly on that, on the WWE Takeover weekend, if you are going to a few independent shows, save a bit of money, buy a couple of independent wrestlers t-shirts. You have no idea how much that helps them out with their journey.
Yeah, it's amazing. Best thing you can do for a local wrestler. But yes, that was the wrap. That was everything. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will catch you next week.